Oh, well, look, if you haven't noticed already, everyone, we are at the Red Bull Ring here tonight for Asrnz's 2024 Race of Champions Series, proudly sponsored by Race Command and Match Fit Entertainment. Like I just mentioned, we are at Red Bull Ring, hence the intro. It's the fifth round. I'm Davo, and as usual, I have J-Man and Rusty Shacklewood right beside me. How are you going, boys?
Good, mate. Good. I think that was actually that was picking up from Rusty's mic. He was in the beer tent somewhere, I think. Rusty, you back?
Yes. Yeah, I'm just down here with a couple of punters out in the beer tent. They're enjoying the festivities before the action begins out on track. I've just bumped into a fella here. I'll put him on. Yeah, the guys are listening in the comms box.
Yep.
Oh, hello.
Yep. Hello.
We are having an extremely good day here. It's the Red Bull Ring. The cars are going extremely fast. However, everybody here is drunk and somebody has stolen my pretzel.
Oh, Rusty, get
yeah,
back
there he
us,
is.
mate.
Back to you in the comms box, guys.
So the racing pigeon is well cooked here tonight.
Breathalyze him.
Ladies and gentlemen, just that pigeon. But yes, we are at Red Bull Ring. I do not have to mention that again. Look, it's going to be awesome. J-Man and Rusty by my side. We've got a bit of a short field. It's round 5 here. We've got a couple of guys away from due to some hardware and the like issues. But
possibly some pretzels and beer too.
Well, quite possibly. But nonetheless, here at Red Bull, look, even with a short field like this, the racing will be epic. It's a bit of a roller coaster track. Oh, yeah. There's a few good, solid passing opportunities as well. As the boys, I think they've rolled out into qualifying already there. Let's see if we can get some live footage here. Who we got here? So, look, another thing to note, bit of a Porsche fest tonight. I think all the boys have got together, or they all drawn the short straw, and a lot of Porsches in the field. So good to see. Splattering of Mercedes in there. The Mercas getting a bit of a showing. And who have we got on screen here? The Black Sheep, Zarkis, Damien Jones out there in the Lamborghini. Guys, what are you expecting tonight?
Rusty?
I'm expecting a lot of side stuff here at Red Bull Ring. It's traditionally very good for it. It's a very good racetrack. It doesn't have, the kind of sex appeal of like a Spa or a Suzuka, and it doesn't have that, tribal, connection like, say, a Bathurst does or a Watkins Glen.
No.
It's not one of the sexy tracks, but it is one of the better race tracks.
It's a great
always
race
good
track.
Racing.
Yep.
Yeah. A lot of side-by-side stuff here. Critical to get your entries and exits correct. A lot of mid-speed, mid-corner speed is beneficial here. A lot of kind of third, second gear turns. So opportunities for guys who nail their setups during the week to gain some ground tonight. It's not a small field. It's a cozy and intimate field, Davo and J-Man. So, it's a very evenly matched field, even though it is cozy and intimate. So, yes, do expect a little bit of rubby, touchy, smacky.
Well, it's a poker thing, isn't it?
It is.
So, touchy, smacky thing.
Get your fingers off my lead. They'll be right up each other's lederhosen all night. Don't worry.
Yeah. So I'm picking up. So the flavour is definitely cozy, intimate. You talked about side-by-side, so potentially guys trying to share some real estate.
Oh, yeah, that'll be happening. And as you know, in this part of the world, they're not too fond of sharing real estate historically, so it never goes down well here in the mountains of Austria. So we'll see how the boys fare. Critical track cuts is going to be critical tonight, guys. Very easy to rack up the track cuts. Really
one. Yep, turn 1, and then obviously the
final turn as well.
Yeah, yep. Final turn, and even potentially second to last turn as they come down past the pit entry. I think probably key moments for me tonight will be watching that big 700 plus horsepower Mercedes at the hands of John McDonald in the 27 car. I think he's already shown his hand in official practice tonight. Saw him as low as a 28.4 Steve Rees backed up his practice time already provisionally in pole here with a 28.6. I saw a similar number from him in that Porsche earlier. However, John McDonald 29.2 with about close to half a second up the sleeve at the moment. It's going to need a bit more than that, but we have seen the ability for that Merc to punch numbers. Be interesting, Rusty, to throughout the night to see what that terminal speed is in between turn 1 and
2 there, yeah.
And 2, I feel. That will
I'm not sure. Is that the fastest point on the track, or is it between 2 and 3?
2, 3. 2,
yeah,
3.
Yeah. So not overly long straights here at Red Bull. But like Rusty said, it sort of generates that good side-by-side racing that we're used to here. But look, because of the big stops at the end of some of these straights, we do see good passing opportunities. So, yeah, it should be awesome tonight, guys.
Yeah, some of the cars don't even get top gear here down the straights.
Well, there you go.
So, it's a good talky track, right? And I think the Merc is pretty talky, is it not? I'm actually surprised that, just on McDonald, that, he was top of the pops in practice. I'm not surprised at his ability, but I am surprised that he can get that much out of the Merc here. Like, just as an opinion before we arrived tonight, I would have thought the Merc...
It's not a Merc track, is it?
No, I wouldn't have
thought so. No. I do agree.
Because of what you mentioned, the straights aren't long enough.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm surprised that it's doing so well here compared... But then again, everyone else is in a Porsche, basically. Yeah. Maybe it's par for the course. But he is running a limited program this season, McDonald, so he does have that freedom to be a real disruptor in the championship. Just pick a car that's appropriate for the track on the night. He doesn't have to fill a quota. He knows he's not going to be in every race. So, he's still got a lot of good car options left up his sleeve. Right?
Yeah, definitely. And we've seen, actually, he's a part of the breakfast crew, the BC boys, and, like traditionally throughout the series, we've seen him and Wilton and Melling, also Aaron Enright, all choosing the same car. Enright not here on the list, as we can see tonight there. So, but Melling, the odd one out there, maybe he's used up his Mercedes quota already in this series, and that's what's strange about this series. We've been talking about it over the last few weeks. It's the strategy behind picking a car, to deal with particular tracks throughout the series. So different car, different track, 8 cars to choose from at your leisure, but can only be used once. So yeah, interesting format here at Asrnz. Always mixing it up, guys.
Well, just on that, Davo, Jarks has gone P4 in the Lamborghini.
And on that, Rusty, did you pick up that he actually tucked in behind John McDonald for that lap also?
A little toe.
Yeah, so he got a little toe, and then John McDonald, between just before the pit entry, actually backed out, let Jarks go. John McDonald drove the car back to the pits and got the car off the jack with about 3 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Currently cycling up another set of tyres, only 0.15 off of pole position of this race right now. So McDonald potentially just making a pressure adjustment, another set of boots, and into it. But good call, Rusty. I did pick up on the Jarkus lap, however, being relegated down.
Is that is it Aerosmith or Chan that's just popped up there?
Big Chan.
Big Chan.
Chan P3, Aerosmith P4 at the moment. Just, we mentioned, McDonald could be a disruptor in the championship because we've got 1 minute and 50 left in qualifying. Just quickly refer to the championship. Steve Rees, Shane Fodderdo, currently tied on points with 764, but Rees getting the count back because he has more race victories. Vic Chan running in 3rd. So we had a big discussion about, the off week and can you maximise in the off week. For all that discussion, it was worth, get this, the grand total of 2 points, guys.
Okay, there you go.
Vic Chan running in 3rd on 762, only 2 points behind championship leaders, co-leaders, Steve Rees and Shane Fodderdo.
Wow, that is impressive stuff. We'll give you a graphic on that shortly, Pete.
Definitely.
That is going to be a talking point, Rusty, now that you mention it, because how tight is it going to be coming down? Obviously, we know we've got a one-make, likely a one-make round coming up at Monza with
right.
the Ferrari.
Gentleman's agreement between all the drivers.
Yep.
Yeah. Not often that you'll get race car drivers
It's true.
coming to an agreement.
Agree.
But
Yeah. But we're sort of seeing that a little bit tonight, and it's almost like they're doing a test run with the Porsche theme going on here tonight. But look, the one standout, I suppose, in that whole Porsche theme is Asrnz there, in one of it's the only long tail Porsche out. So that's the only GT2 car in the field. And look where he's sitting there in fourth position. So
no, those two Porsches are both GT2s.
Yes.
So that the 935, I think it is, and the 992 Cup, I think it is. They're both GT2 cars.
Yeah, but I know. We know that the long tail.
McDonald on a lap here, guys.
The long tail, such a different car to drive. We can see it visually on track. Very long, soft suspension in it as
McDonald's timing is impeccable here, guys.
Bam, there you go, to the top.
Wow. 28.2.
Yeah, he played that to perfection.
Lightning.
I believe that was all about tyre pressures and timing.
And that is provisional. Just to remind gentlemen, Steve Rees still out on track and over 2 tenths and definitely up on his lap.
Yep.
And definitely, has he got the meat in it? I don't know.
Yeah, just a little bit wide at the left-hander coming down the hill. Just bled a fair bit of time. Probably bled a good couple of tenths. He's only got a half a tenth in his pocket.
And like you said, Rusty, like to get McDonald to make that Mercedes perform here at a Red Bull ring in a field full of Porsches is an outstanding effort. Rees definitely does not have anything for that time, guys, as he rolls across the line.
Yeah, just made a little mistake of that left-hander coming down the hill and then was probably chasing it a little bit, J-Man, after that. Chasing those couple of tenths and just overdrove it a little bit, but he's gonna be in the race, don't worry.
Oh yeah, 100%. And look, he's got some great experience already this season at starting off the front row. So his start procedure probably a little bit more accurate at the moment than JB's, just based on attendance and being there every week to do it. So as you see, viewers, as Rusty mentioned, there is the points, and that is incredible to be basically 5 rounds in, and we're looking into the 5th round, 764 apiece for those top two, Rusty, Davo. That is impressive based on that. But obviously, as you mentioned, Rees getting the count back gets that top spot. But for me, I looked at these earlier on today, and only to be a couple of more points back. Vic Chan, we know he can construct a championship as good as anybody. And then when we look back a little further, Vaughan Martin, standout performance.
Huge.
This season, to be there in 4th. And then obviously John Carter, very, very consistent in P5 there. Stewie Arrowsmith, expect big things from Stewie today. I think Stewie's going to step up here tonight. Potential podium, I think, based on the fact that he will be consistent. And if any of the top 3 guys in front of him do themselves a bit of a mischief or anything goes on in the pits, he's going to be there to capitalise on, I think, potential podium car tonight for Stewie Arrowsmith.
Look at his results. I mean, 4th, 5th, 5th, 6th, 5th, 4th. Like that's what he's doing. That's what he's there to do. He's hunting all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. He's right there. He's definitely right there. Nev Shields is 7th. Steve Wilton, minimum. Like he's making the rounds that he can, and he's doing a great job. Hopefully, we see more of him. But he's well in there too. P8. Steve Melling, Mr. Consistent, in there. P9, and then Aaron Enright, who you did mention, who is absent tonight, in the 10th position. Mitchie Campbell also missing. Brad Robinson also missing. Quite a few guys missing. So the likelihood for Kenny Simpson, Scotty Rivers to move on up here is looking good. Looking at that points structure around, I think from that P10 down to 15's looking good for these guys to make some inroads into the top 10 in the championship.
Yeah, you've got to think that they've already taken their drop round with Nürburgring at the start. Both of them did not start that first round. So they've already, everything now, it's like a free hit. So, yeah, very interesting championship-wise. glad that you pointed out Vaughan Martin. Really, really happy with Vaughan's work. And just coming into a little bit of a purple patch, his last 3 results, guys, 6th, 6th, and 7th. And as a former Pro-Am driver category myself, anything, if you can run consistently in the top 10 for a few races, then that's kind of like peak performance in the Pro-Am category, you know what I mean? Like, that's what you're aiming for every week, is just get me in that top 10. You know you're probably not fighting for podiums and race wins because the pros are just far too quick.
Yep.
But, you know, him just, you know, consistently now, 3 times on the trot, getting well inside that top 10, it bodes well for his GT3 championship.
Well, that's
it's a
championships,
game of confidence too,
Yep.
isn't it, guys? You know, like, I mean, if he's going out there and his expectations, you know, are X and he's delivering on them, and then confidence-wise, you know, he's got to be growing in confidence, and then the understanding, I think, obviously he's got the support of 777 and the fellow members, and there's some really, really quality drivers throughout that establishment. So I think Vaughan 24, potentially his time to step up and have an absolute ripper when we get into the GT3s. I think he's good for it.
Yeah, he's got some work to do to catch up to Lucas Saar, who's going to be lightning coming back to the GT3s. But I feel like Vaughan's building. I felt like the last GT3 season he had like a kind of a breakout year. He really connected well with that Ferrari early on, had some really good results, and then just kind of faded toward the end. But now, you know, again, more improvement now in the Race of Champions category. So definitely building, I think.
Oh, did we pick at the end, boys, that Vic Chan picked Steve Rees for the front row?
No, we didn't. No.
We missed that.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. It's going to make...
I don't think he did. Rees is still showing as second on the totem in
is he?
ATC.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that might just be a bug with our timing data there.
Okay, it's showing both on mine, the totem and my telemetry.
Okay.
Yeah, it is on my end as well, Rusty. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting. But
However,
look,
they're not like that on track.
They're not. Look, one of the notable absentees, a couple actually, is Geordie the Boss and Mitchy Campbell. Now, Mitchy Campbell, turn 1 master, right? We are going to miss him tonight here at Red Bull Ring.
Yep.
Into one.
Oh, it's like this track was made for him.
Yeah, well, you know it.
Hey, boys, just a thought, boys, before we go green. I'm just going to throw this out there. If there's some confusion between second and third right now, and as they run, Rees is currently sitting second, the totems are telling us that it's supposed to be Chan. Is there a potential drive-through if there's a miscommunication for Steve Rees?
Well, we don't know, J-Man, but look, what we can clearly see, like on our data, is that Rees is in third position on your totem that you guys can see there live as the boys just round the second to last corner past the pit lane, forming up here. Round 5 Red Bull Ring here, ladies and gentlemen. 2024 Asrnz Race of Champions, proudly brought to you by Race Command and Matchfit Entertainment. Hit the like and subscribe button. Click your notifications. We're about to go green. This is going to be a cracker. Smith.
John was
pushing
a long way back.
Already on Reed.
Yeah, John was a long way back. Rees was well in front.
Let's Chan past. Oh, that's Rees, should I say? Yes, because we're out of position a little bit here.
Yep.
Rees does tend to get good starts, doesn't he?
He does.
Usually the first few laps he's right on it, although McDonald
looking straight away, and that's Vic Chan on the outside.
Little touch
of
there.
Smith. In the background there, Wilton right amongst it. There with Jacques and Shane Fodado. Melling in amongst. Look at Melling on the run down to 3 here on the outside.
Who's that? That's Vaughan Martin looking for the inside too on Melling.
Chan and Fodado side by side there.
So Melling and Martin in the long tails. Very, very much different car to the Cup cars here. Lap 1. Melling and Martin going at it.
Very much. They are joined coming down through the bottom of the hill there, through the left and right sector. Both rocking the Whale-tail Porsches. But Ree's out to a great start. Now, who's that? We saw
Wilton
peeling
past
very
Chan.
ready. Vic Chan into the pits, guys.
Yeah, Wilton had a huge move on Chan heading into the final complex there, guys. Got the move done. Wilton looking very quick out there. The two Mercedes.
Absolutely, absolutely. So McDonald maybe just sort of caught napping there a little bit at the start there.
Well, this is big
Ree's in
trouble.
front.
This is trouble here for McDonald's because Rees was already starting to just get out of range just a little bit. I know it's very early, but he's also got a very angry car behind him as well that's going to be taking up his opportunity.
And we know how quick Rees is. Also, Zarkus with plenty of pressure from Fallado right behind there.
Gee, the Merc.
Wilton in fourth.
Yeah,
how solid's that start?
Oh, it's huge. The two Mercs are going incredibly well. I tell you, though, where they are weak compared to the cars around them coming out of the really slow corners. I've just noticed. I'm watching from a bird's eye view here, and Asrnz makes a ton of ground in that Porsche in the very slow corners.
He does. Now, sorry, viewers, I don't know about Rusty's telemetry, but I got nothing on pit times tonight for this track, so a bit too much beer garden, too many pretzels for maybe some of our tech crew, but
that's definitely going on in the production van. I was all over the boys out there. Yeah, they're drinking out of those 1 litre Steins, you know, so they're having a great time.
We can hear it. Look.
Pit timing, 34 seconds, guys.
That as I think Aerosmith ducks into the pits. Wilton nearly follows him and shadows him in there, but chooses not to. We've got Fallado in the pits, and I think that's Vaughan Martin's car. There's another car in the background also coming into the pit.
Yep, Asrnz, Fallado, Martin, Rivers all coming into the pits. 5 seconds is still your stop, so you're looking at a 5 second on the jacks as your best stop. 34 seconds total time in pit lane, guys.
So that's really early stops here. 2 30-minute races tonight, ladies and gentlemen, with a compulsory pit stop. Very quick.
Now Vic Chan coming down the straight here. Stu Asrnz coming out. It'll be interesting to see where he falls out. This is going to be very close.
It's going to be tight, but Chan's going to hit the run.
So Chan out. Asrnz tucked in behind. Is it Fallado?
That's Fallado behind.
Behind,
oh, no, and Scotty Rivers with a stop-go 30 speeding in pit lane.
Oh, no.
He came off the back of a slow stop to 8 second on the jacks or a 36 second outright time. Thank you to my team for leaving the beer tent and coming back to support me. But nonetheless, Martin, Aerosmith, Fallado and Martin all with picture perfect stops too. So 5 seconds on the jacks.
Oh, there you go. Yep. Yeah, nice work. Aerosmith, one of the early stoppers there. We just saw that on stream there live with Wilton tucked right up behind the back of that long tail Porsche. Looked like Wilton was going in, but he didn't.
Bit of a cat and mouse going on up front, Davo. You've got Rees and McDonald now trading times. 2 laps ago, McDonald took 6 tenths out of Rees, and I thought, well, this is it. He's coming now, showing that qualifying pace. But that lap just gone. Rees takes 3 tenths back, so a little bit of.
Wilton stalls coming out of out of 2. He's
look at the run that Marcus has got.
He's made him vulnerable to the Lamborghini.
Yeah, that Merc is missing a little bit out of those slow corners.
Yeah, it looked like he almost literally missed a whole gear there. Nearly looked like he was looking for a parking spot at Coles, you know.
We know Jarks is quick. He was top 5 pace early in qualifying.
Yeah, so what's the play here, guys, with the McDonald-Rees battle? Do you just shadow him? How long do you shadow him if you're trading times? Do you get out of his mirrors if you're John McDonald and go and get a stop? He's going to have to think about traffic now, because if he does stop, will he pick up on the likes of Rivers, Mikey King, who are... I mean, Rivers is a good 50 seconds behind the leader, 45-odd seconds, so he could get into the danger zone, 34 seconds. No, he'd probably be still clear.
Jarks on Wilton, showing intent. J-Man.
Yeah, No, I'm just looking at strategy calls for John McDonald to see if he could get out of this and get fresh air.
Well,
Although
I feel like a lot's going to depend on the big unknowable here is John will know what that car feels like, what condition it's in. I wonder if he's holding a little bit back. I've seen a lot of John McDonald's races. The fact that he's just holding at, that kind of 1.1 to 1.2 seconds, I'm not entirely convinced that he doesn't have the pace yet to keep up with Rees. So it just feels like a little bit of McDonald shadowing here for a while.
Yep.
Another run from Damien Jones here. Wilton really struggling down at turn 3, was it, Davo? Turn 2?
Turn 2 again, trying to launch that Merc out of that very tight corner. It's probably the tightest corner on the circuit, I would say, turn 2. And again, vulnerable to the Lamborghini down that stretch of the track between 2 and 3.
Tell you what, if we could close this margin up the front, boys, that'd be great because they both ran 29.2s the previous lap.
Oof. There you go. What are we looking at? Speed traps between the Porsche and
we don't have speed trap data here at Red Bull Ring, unfortunately.
Oh, we don't actually. That's right. Red Bull
but I would think that the Merc has probably got it.
Yeah, you'd expect
the
so.
Porsche isn't too bad in a straight line, is it?
No, it is very, very handy. It's one of the cars that's been up there with the quickest this season.
McDonald's just got that gap under a second now for the first time in about 3 laps, guys. So I just wonder now if this might be a push lap, an in lap. It's a tough one. I would tend to. It depends how you're feeling in the car. If you're happy to just be following now and just setting yourself up for the last 10 minutes of the race, that's fine. If this were the last 10 minutes of the race now, I would want to get out of his mirrors and just get him thinking about it, like, should I pit, shouldn't I pit, make them make the decision. You just go in, just get it done.
Yep.
And then, they can't see you anymore. Maybe they try push a little harder thinking, they don't know what lap times you're doing.
Yeah, it makes them question your strategy then, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, just getting inside the heads of these guys, and it's not only an on-track game, it's like the mind games that go in behind it, don't they? These guys go in early, go in late, trying to force that error in the pits potentially, as McDonald looks so solid in that Merc in the back sector of the track there, guys.
Well, he was 29.0 last lap versus Steve's 29.4, and I'll tell you what, it's going to get better again this lap. I can tell you 29.0 for Steve Rees, 28.8 for John McDonald. So he's dropped into the 28. So to answer your question,
that's
Rusty,
correct.
Davo, I think John needs to stay out now. So I'm going to go back on what I thought about getting out from and start applying the blowtorch.
Chase it.
Make Steve make the decisions.
Yep. Look, the next group of cars just tucked in behind, and I will call it a trio, but there's some distance between these guys. Is Wilton, Damien Jones, and Carter, and those guys in very close contact, given the 3 different marks there, guys. So that is a race right there. Early stages, we're only just winding down to the first 10 minutes.
So the other battle to consider too, guys, I'm sure you're well aware of it, is 9, 10, 11 provisionally on the road.
I was just about to bring it up, J-Man.
Vic Chan, Shane Fodderday. Now, these guys are all lapping in the low 129 bracket. So, albeit they aren't probably going to affect Steve Rees and McDonald right now based on the numbers that we're seeing out of those top 2 cars, very much going to play.
I'm not sure.
Oh, definitely. All pitted, yes.
I'm not sure that they won't, J-Man, because I've got a feeling that their gap to the leader is around the kind of high 30-second mark. So we know it's a 34-second pit lane if you absolutely nail it. If they're 35, 36 seconds behind the leader or thereabouts, then that'll really throw the cat amongst the pigeons because they'll land smack bang in the middle of that fight.
Yeah, well, this is
Absolutely.
True. Okay. Yeah, that's something to think about. We'll see if we can get a read on that.
Because I'm looking Vic Chan 29.2, Asrnz 29.4. McDonald's got the fastest lap of the race at a 29.4. No, 28.8 is
28,
yeah. But they're pretty consistent. The leaders are currently running 29.3, 29.4, 29.5, so they're on leader pace.
Yeah, they are. They are. I think it could be. It could be. I mean, we don't know what the undercut looks like versus these other two running live, but you can see it out there on track now. McDonald definitely close, in between 5/10 to 7/10 of a second now. So really just starting to ghost on the back of Steve Rees. So the other thing that consider, if these guys do get engaged in a battle, that will play into the Aerosmith-Chan Whātaro scenario.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I was just thinking, J-Man, is McDonald starting to get in the territory now? Well, I need to pit because he's holding me up. That might play a factor. You know, I don't think we're there yet, but I don't believe it's going to be long until McDonald looks pretty racy. It's got that gap down to 0.4 by the end of the straight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
and
look, visually you can see it now. We don't even have to talk about numbers, do we? We can see it visually. There's like only about 5 or 6 car lengths between these, if that, between these two guys.
Well, that was 3.5 tenths, Davo. That lap is 3.5 tenths enough to make a pass.
Look at the body language of McDonald here, showing the nose.
Yeah, he did show the nose, well and truly.
I'm here. I'm racy. It's on. Guys, here it's like we're just winding into the nearly halfway through the race.
Steve Melling in the pits.
Now Melling was in.
Yeah, so he was
in one of the Porsches too, was he? No, hang on. Melling. I thought Melling was an odd one out.
He's in a whale tail and he's got Vaughan Martin just approaching turn 1 on the outside. This is going to be very, very tight, guys.
Oh, Martin sneaks past. So both these in the long tail here. They're going to run up to 2.
Yeah, this was a battle that was going on prior to the pit stop. So I think that is a positional change.
It is, yep.
So Martin up one more spot there. Maybe actually only...
just one more spot.
Yeah.
Couple of experienced Pro-Am campaigners there. Steve Melling, champ last year in the GT3 Pro-Am category. In both the sprint and enduros, I believe, as well.
Boys,
top 3.
Boys at the front pushing hard, guys. I'm just monitoring the track cuts. I've seen Shane grab a couple. I've seen John McDonald just grab on that last lap as well. So whether or not they're registered as an official track cut, they've certainly gone red on the time. He is as close as he's ever been. Stays wide this time, looking for the drive.
Yeah, I'd be thinking dirty air now by this point. If I'm John, I would be considering diving in just to try and get a lap or two of clear air and see if you can gap him in the pits.
Is he close enough for that yet? That doesn't look like it's held him over, but look at it now. It's just, God, it's close, doesn't he?
Yeah, his braking zone's starting to get compromised. You're getting that dirty air off the Porsche in front.
Yeah,
I agree. It's time to go. He's there. He's made all the margin. It's time to look for maybe just a tiny little undercut. And, you know, we talk about the 5 second on the Jackson, the 34 outright. There's something else to consider, and it's the way that you come off the race line into the pit lane here at this track.
Yeah.
And, you know, we don't see it on the timing, on the timing telemetry, but just the way that they take this approach here is significant. Look, he's going to run with them again. Heaps of pressure on.
Yeah, look, he's definitely going to go again here. Well committed into that corner.
I feel like this is starting to help Steve now. The more laps that he can keep McDonald. Remember, McDonald was the pole sitter.
Yep.
So the more laps that Rees can keep McDonald behind, though, ultimately helps Steve. Because that's lap time McDonald can't make. So.
But, you know, look, we know McDonald, the 1%er champion here. Yeah. Look, if anyone's going to make a gain in the pit stop, it's going to be McDonald here.
I reckon he was practicing his stops. He's having a good look.
Look at him now. Now, if McDonald's in front, does it change that whole scenario? We've been trying to work out here. Look at these two. Again, the Merc does look like it struggles to getting out of 2, doesn't it?
It does. Rees is really pushing it, though. He's getting a little bit raggedy. If you're riding on board with McDonald and looking at the back of that Porsche up in front, starting to get a little slippery.
So close. Now, if you do get in front, I think the second you get in front, you just go to the pits and you just go, right, I'm in front, I'm going to the pits.
That's not a bad idea, actually. Make him push more, burn the rubber more.
Yep. Halfway through the race now, boys, by around about a minute. So, yeah, definitely just that opportunity now. Like, John's had a good look. He's still with them. Yeah, he's staying with.
Yeah.
Be interesting to certainly, have that insight into what he's thinking at the moment, because he's definitely got car pace. He just doesn't have track position.
No, look, and you would see it clearly entering that second to last corner, wouldn't you, J-Man, too, if McDonald was going to go into the pits, a stickler for the rules and would not cross that blend line. So he would be all over that inside, and you would see that car back away.
I feel like this is where he's going to do it on this part of the track.
But he can't get out of this corner.
He can get it up the inside this time, though, and just park it on the apex.
Oh, there it is. But will it take off? No, it won't. And the Porsche goes past. Well,
yeah, Steve read that really well.
That's the first true challenge we've seen from McDonald. Reese knew that thing was not going to get out of that corner. But down through this back sector of the circuit, it's still nowhere to go for McDonald. Again, we start get into the pits, J-Man. That's what you're going to say.
No, I've been watching the Aerosmith-Chan battle. Now, Chan's been all over the back of Stewie Aerosmith for quite a few laps now. Now, just remember that, these guys have pitted early. They're out there. They're doing their thing. If these guys
you
go
watch
side
McDonald
by side,
stop here. You watch McDonald stop here this time. Surely.
That's going round again, I think.
Oh, no. Reese is in. Oh, and only just got it in there.
Did you reckon that compromised John Boy's run down to the final turn, though? Did he have to lift?
Maybe marginally.
Maybe a fraction, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, there has been a relaxation of the pit entry and exit rules, guys, if you're new to Asrnz. So it really isn't race control won't consider it a problem unless it's a problem, like if you take someone out or if you cause an accident or something by not observing it. But that's one of those tight ones there.
Oh, Redbull's tough.
It's
on
pretty
the pit
tight.
Entry. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, Aerosmith Chan coming down the pit straight. And we have got Rees off the jacks trundling down the lane. This is going to be a lot tighter because the last lap round for John McDonald's is a 30.6.
So Rees out easily. Rees is out easily here.
Yeah, he is, but the margin's closed, boys.
Easy,
the margin has well and truly closed. These guys are coming with hot tyres.
Now they got a carrot.
In the long tail, mind you.
Yep. Does McDonald come in and cover this off, boys, straight away?
Now look at what's going on just behind it here with Florido and Damien Jones into two. There, Jones in the Lamborghini gets a good run.
He does get a good run.
If I were McDonald, I'd want to do a couple, 2-3 more laps and just try to really squeeze the current cut. No, he is. He's covering right now. He's coming in. That's surprising me.
There you go.
Look, and he's an old school ace. So I remember, and I tell you what, he was very conservative on the entry compared to
I would expect him so. Yeah. Like I said, stickler for.
Sorry, take him out of the equation. I'm calling a drive-through stop-go 30 here.
Gone too late.
Yeah. This is our 1% guy, and I think he's got it wrong.
Wilton now currently leading the race. I think
is coming around.
Wilton, yes, it is.
Rees is onto the straight, guys. McDonald's pit box is right up the end.
Very, very wide out of the final corner there, Rusty.
Oh, he knows what's happening here. And it is a stop-go 30 for McDonald.
Oh, no.
Look at that, and he came out in front too.
Yeah.
He came out in front. He had the track position.
Oh, Chan looking racy on Stewie Aerosmith too, boys. Now, I called it at the top end of the stream, boys. I'm going to own it. I said Stewie Aerosmith, potential podium car. I think he's still good for it.
Vic's going to have to try and find a way past here. He's definitely got car pace at this stage of the race. I do wonder how that hideous-looking Porsche that Stu's driving...
Oh, stop it. It's a beautiful thing.
I do wonder what it's like on the tyres, on the rears, 20 minutes in.
It looks like the most uncomfortable car.
It doesn't. It's not the most sophisticated aero package I've ever laid eyes on. So
I don't know. It looks pretty.
I suspect it burns him up. He's very loose on the steering here.
Very sideways. He's going to leave it open for Chan. Chan's going down on the inside here.
Commentator curse never
Easily.
fails.
Oh, we just bagged a look at his car, Rusty.
I know. Does it take much?
I was quite happy to bag the way it looks like it's handling, but not the looks of it. It looks okay.
John McDonald coming in to take his pain here, guys.
It's a
I'm just
heartbreaker.
gonna
Tough
hopefully he
call.
gets that thing stopped.
Okay, so who have we
Yep.
got left? Steve Wilton yet to pit. We're not getting
Still
that.
lapping really well, by the way. Wilton, he's
yep,
still in this
yep.
podium fight, I think.
Yeah, I think he is.
29.4 last
Yeah,
lap.
29.4. He's definitely the quickest of the field at the moment.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
no
let's not ignore him.
slouch, doing plenty of good work here,
30 seconds is just an eternity.
isn't it?
In a 30-minute race, there's no coming back from that.
Oh, yeah. Well, 2 pit stops. There you go. Bam.
Yep.
You're gone. Just rolling through the pits without the 30.
Well, it's more like 3 pit stops
Yeah.
because a regular
yeah.
drive-through is 34 seconds.
Wilton
so-
to the pits, boys. Wilton to the pits. Oh,
Here we
no,
go.
sorry, you faked me. No, I thought he was going. There was plenty of lock on and
he's
got out of it.
He's listening to us in the background, J-Man.
Yeah.
But, yeah, look, we saw that with him when he was tucked up in behind, I think, Rusty Shackelford when he came, Rusty came in, I think, on the 2nd lap. Oh, and that is, Fudado around? No, somebody around at T1.
That would
And
be...
Wilton just sneaking past one of the Porsches, obviously, and but Wilton surely starting to think about as we wind down. 7 minutes to go.
That might have been the Scotty Rivers car, was it?
I think it was, yep.
Oh, look at Jarkus Jones. Look at Damien Jones on the back of Fodado, looking
this
to the
time it's
inside. No,
Again.
out of it.
So been just peppering the back of Fodado's car.
Sharks
Yeah,
would be
yeah.
loving this. Pro-am driver. This
Yeah,
is good.
yeah,
These are good
definitely.
times for the
Yeah.
pro-am guys.
Look at the run he gets at the back end of the straight.
at the
Searching,
pace.
searching. Make Shane
But
go
again-
shallow break. Try and cut back down underneath this Porsche. He's going
Plenty
down
of
the long way
respect,
around.
and Fodado
Oh, gets the drive.
forces him to stay wide here, which forces him to stay wide into 3 here. But it
He'll
looks
have
like
the
Jones
horsepower
has got it. Look at the
Yeah, he'll have the
grunt
horsepower.
of the Lamborghini.
Just
Pulls
needs to
in,
cover.
covers nicely. Nice
Yeah.
move from Jarks actually there.
And these are
Boys.
all things that are having a huge impact on the championship at the moment, guys.
They
Every
are.
position counts. There's only 2 points separating the top 3.
Yep.
So I thought this may happen later in the season. We're having these kind of championship disruptors. Guys will pop up out of nowhere because everyone's driving a different car every week, and they'll put themselves in the conversation for that round, and that will disrupt, the guys fighting for podiums at the moment at the end of the season.
So does Wilton...
Why is Wilton
consistent-
still in third?
No, he's still in first because he's still cycling out there, and he's still
hasn't
cycling.
pitted. Yep.
Excuse me, he is basically the
times
third
are good.
fastest car out there at the moment. 29.5 was the last lap round. I've been watching him punching these mid-29s to low 29s. Another good lap coming. He's
It's
right
very
on the bubble
consistent.
there. He's definitely, I think, going to upset Stu Aerosmith's opportunity for a podium.
Oh, absolutely. Be interesting to see where he pops out. However, Aerosmith, Chan and Reza all very close together. J-Man, so it'll be interesting to see where Wilton actually just comes out into that fray there.
Yep. And he's still out there doing his thing, and he's going to hit the number very, very close, within probably 2.5, 3 tenths of his best. Personal best of a 29.2, so we should see another 29.5 here. Yeah, we do. 29.590. So he's just banking these times. If we look at Stu Aerosmith, they're 29.8 last lap around. So he's doing just that little bit every lap just to try and get in front of that car of Stewie's.
Well, he's only got to do it for 4 laps, and that's 2 seconds he'll
Yeah.
take out of him at this
Yeah.
rate. So
Yep.
it's not going to surprise me if he does.
Oh, and a very, very sideways Stewie Aerosmith. Just that one there.
Yeah, I
Gets
reckon
him
that
across the
whale-
line at a 30.2. So that might be the ticket that Wilton's looking for. So good strategy call from from the breakfast crew, number 43 car.
I reckon this whale tail's just losing its bloom, guys. I reckon the shine's coming off it a little bit towards the end of this race.
I agree. Looked very, very strong at the start, though, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. One lap pace is good, but it just looks like they're just starting to fall away here in race trim.
So,
3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Wilton, does he stop here? He's going to have to stop this lap. It looks shallow this time. Slowing. He's in.
Yep.
And again,
Yeah.
a bit of a stickler for the rules. Wilton, he will well inside that blend line there, J-Man.
yeah, be aware that his teammate...
Oh,
that
that
was
was a close
tight.
one.
I reckon that might be picture perfect, boys.
That was a late stop.
It's
Yeah,
a tricky one to get right.
They're
There's no,
so
like,
quick
kinda
in, aren't
clear-
they?
Yeah.
I tell you what, if he nails this, that would probably be one of the better pit entries we've seen tonight. So Rees coming around the final turn. So is Chan. Chan's made a bit of margin. Oh,
5 second on the jacks. Wilton's away.
Yep.
Yeah, see.
Rees is through.
and
Aerosmith's
Chan
coming
through.
down the line.
So it's
This
the,
is going to
it's
be...
the Aerosmith battle, and Aerosmith through. And
He is,
there's
yep.
Wilton in behind as we look over the rear wing of Aerosmith's car.
Look, and the downside of running a long strategy like that, he hasn't really got any time to make inroads.
To work it, yep.
Yeah, he, literally, when we look at Rees coming around the back sector of the lap, it'll be this one and one more to go.
Oh, yeah, 2 minutes to go.
Yep.
Not enough time.
Chan making inroads, 1.5 seconds.
But again,
Have
only...
one lap to go.
Yeah,
Just one.
one lap after this.
Oh, Chan's really trying to chuck this thing around now.
Simpson on Turner. Down into 2. Simpson, ever the gentleman, ducks it back in, lets it go. He knows that Merc is awful out of turn 2. The Porsche runs away. He will wait for the next race, I suspect, to have another crack.
So Rees coming down across the line to start the last lap with 1 minute 4 seconds left on the clock. This will be it. Stretches the lead out too, pulled that out to about 2.2 seconds to 2 seconds in that last part of the lap. So Chan just a bit ragged, just really throwing that thing around now. Rees very accurate on a 29.5, plays a 29.960. That's the difference.
Yeah, and it's a case of what could have been for John McDonald tonight in race 1. He'll be back race 2, no doubt, and I don't think he'll make the same mistake again. So, you know, that's going to spice things up for race 2. But currently, Rees, Chan, Aerosmith, Wilton, fantastic effort, P4.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Jones
Another
and
Pro-Am.
Fernando and Carter, all those guys in fairly quick succession there. So very
Yeah,
close.
Wilton, another Pro-Am, guys. Just goes to show if you're out there watching, you're watching the replay later on, you feel like you can't do pro times, don't worry. Our Pro-Am ranks are pretty chock full as well, so
It's pretty tight racing, isn't it?
it is, mate.
So Steve Rees heading down and over the hill into the final complex of corners here. That is Rick 10. You can see in the background there in the Golf-inspired liveried Porsche. Steve Rees, race 1 here, round 5. Red Bull Ring 2024 Race of Champions.
Yeah, great
Nice
drive. Steve
work.
Rees withstood the pressure from John McDonald early. Got a great pit stop, come back. Vic Chan.
Aerosmith.
Come
Wilton.
to expect from Vic, and then Aerosmith into 3rd, Wilton 4th. Good solid drive from Steve Wilton. Jarkus Jones in 5th. Shane Fodderdo in 6th. John Carter, very consistent, such as the results in this championship for John.
Yep.
And 7th, Vaughan Martin, very solid 8th position. Steve Malling, P9, great drive from Steve. Nev Shields rounds out the 10. And then Mikey King holds off Kenny Simpson.
Oh, has he?
Actually, You know, what do we got
It
here?
was on
Phil
right
Turner.
to the end.
It was on.
So Turner Simpson, John McDonald, Scotty Rivers, they're rounding out at the 15, ladies and gentlemen. Freaking awesome race, as usual. Let's get the boys up here.
Ideo. So, first cab off the rank is who we pumped them up early and said that, you know, he was a potential podium car, and he proved us right. You got us there, Stewie?
Evening.
Yeah, very good defence too against Vic Chan for the better part of it, mate. You would have enjoyed that.
Yeah, I just made that one little mistake at, I think it was turn 5, the left-hander heading down the hill, and I just ran a little bit wide and tried to defend it, but I knew once Vic was there, he was just going to drive away, so I just sort of managed the tyres, and then Farmer came out, and I was like, you know, Wilton could catch me here in these last few laps if I don't get my act together, but no, it was good. That's a good result. I'm happy.
After the Chan pass, did you start thinking about Farmer running long and what that might look like post-pit stops at all, Stewie?
He was in the back of my mind the whole time because I knew that he was around me when I dived into the pit lane at the start, and I knew he'd be quick in that Merc. You know, we know Farmer's got plenty of talent. So yeah, when you roll out of he rolled out the pit lane right behind me, I thought, oh yeah, here we go. I've just got to keep focused for these last two and a half minutes.
Stuart, looked from my untrained eye that toward the end of that race, the whale tail Porsche started to get a little bit raggedy in the arse. Is that the way it felt in the car? Yeah, right. So the shine just comes off it a little bit towards the end.
Yeah. You sort of got to drive it so you don't overheat those rears, because it's just snowball effect from there. But yeah, it does start to hurt. That was actually a bit of an eye opener. I didn't realise it was going to go off that bad towards those last 4 or 5 laps. So
well, you've definitely got the 1 lap. You've definitely got the 1 lap pace. So track position is key, and you know your way around this track. So if you get another good quality in, mate, who knows? We might be talking to you again.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
Well done, Stewie. Good, looking forward to race 2, mate. Well done. All right, so that was Stewie Arrowsmith. Next guy, no stranger to talking to us in the booth. Vic Chan, you got us on comms?
Yeah, boys. How you doing?
Good, mate. Good. Solid race there. You had to work over old Stewie for a bit to get that done, but nonetheless got in there, and I guess, and then a bonus one with McDonald having a stop go 32.
Yeah, I'll take those freebies any day. But yeah, it was almost pipped Farmer going into the pits, I think, because he was on the inside and I was trying to get into the pits.
Yeah, I think Rusty may have caught that live in Davo as well. So yeah, looked pretty tight. Obviously, very tricky.
And then the wall jumped in my way, damaged my car.
The wall jumped in your way.
Not again.
It exits.
They really got to do something. The marshals have got to do something about those walls on the loose, don't they? It's very competitive up the top of the field, mate. Farmer in there, McDonald, those Mercs are showing pretty good pace, but looks like you've got it coming out of those really slow hairpin turns. So are you finding when you were racing the Mercs that where they had it in the track and where you had it didn't quite mix, so a bit tricky to get around? Or
I never got to really race the Merc because I pitted early, but
okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure where they're getting more pace. I need to sit behind. Hopefully I can sit behind JB this race.
You reckon you got anything for Steve-O up front?
Oh, I can try. I'm just not feeling it today. I had 3 hours of tennis earlier and then come back with a sore body. So
and don't forget about those walls, mate, that keep jumping.
Yeah, that's right.
Can't have
walls
that.
are moving around.
Well done, Vic Chan. Well done on that P2, mate. Expecting something similar this next one, mate. Well done.
Cheers.
All right, so there you go.
Vic Chan, everyone.
Yep, and cometh the man, cometh the minute. Weathered the storm from John McDonald early. Eyes would have been wide open after he saw the stop go 30, but had the measure. Steve Rees, another quality victory, mate.
Cheers, guys. That was a fun race. Very fun.
Yep. And tell me about the start of that one, mate. Obviously got away to a great start and then got engaged in battle with John McDonald, and you'd have enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was good fun. I was just waiting to see what would happen if he got close, and I figured after he did get close and got one down the inside, and we battled in that corner, and I looked at my delta and I saw that I'd lost like a second, and I thought, it's probably better for me to get out of this. concede to the Mercedes, because if I keep doing that, I'm going to lose time to Vic and Stu behind. So yeah, I figured that's why I ducked for the pits straight away.
So we saw that well-read positional change there. You saw him go to the inside, and you really just waited for the switch back underneath, Steve. So well played. You read that really well. And then that was going to be my next question. Were you aware of Stewie Arrowsmith, Vic Chan and co coming and banking laps? Because I think that particular time, McDonald recorded a 30.6. Obviously, you peeled off into the pit, so we didn't get an accurate read on that. So you're obviously very aware of what's happening around you at those phases of the race.
Yeah, just checking on my lap times versus theirs, and they were near enough. I was happy with them until I lost a second. I thought we have to keep battling. It's I might stay in front, I might not, but I guarantee you I'll lose time, and I might come out of the pits in third or fourth. So
Well, it was the right call, mate, because in the championship, that now sees you on top, probably Vic Chan in second. Your other main rival in the championship, Shane Foddard, I think he finished about 5th or 6th in that one, guys. So
Yeah, it was P6.
Yep.
yeah, and I can tell you there's only 2 points. Before this round, there's only 2 points separating all three of you, so every position counts. So great, well played, mate. You're there to take the win, so well done.
fantastic. I'll take
Great
it.
pace, yeah.
Yeah, mate, absolutely. I'll give yourself a quick break, mate. Tune them up and go again. The quality's tight, but the racing's tighter. So well done, Steve Reese.
Cheers.
Steve Reese, everyone. Race 1 winner here at round 5 in the Asrnz 2024 Race of Champions, proudly brought to you by Race Command and MatchFit. We are at Red Bull Ring. That was a cracker, ladies and gentlemen, and the boys. We are going to have a quick break, and don't go anywhere. Hit the like and subscribe button while you're there, and we'll be back because we're going down to the beer tent.
Yes,
Thank
we
you.
are.
And if you haven't noticed already, ladies and gentlemen, we are back from intermission here in Asrnz. Round 5 of the 2024 Race of Champions, proudly brought to you by Race Command and Matchfit Entertainment. Like I said, it is round 5. We are at Redbull Ring, hence the beer tent music. Back again with J-Man and Rusty Shackleton. Mate, cracking race, cracking beer down at the tent. I think it might be might get a little bit loose in race 2 here.
Yeah, well, somebody needs to tell McDonald, Aerosmith, and Reese that it's qualifying, because I thought they were racing just then. That's that's how intense that outlet was. So
we're straight pushy for track position, eh?
Straight into it. We are in Q2 race 2 after the first 30-minute race here. Round 5, Redbull Ring, 2024, Asrnz Race of Champions. We are focused on, I think we've got Stu Aerosmith on screen at the moment, boys. Interesting race, the first race. Look at McDonald taking it to Rees, but not delivering with a, what was it? Stop-go, 30 seconds. Whoa, that would seem like an eternity. But, yeah, look, I think he'll be a little bit more focused this race. What do you think, guys?
It's out of character for John. It's not something that you... I can't remember the last time he had some kind of pit lane entry incident or something like that. So I'd be very surprised. It'd be lightning striking twice if it happens again. I don't think it's going to happen again. I do think he's got the car pace. I do think he's got the race pace at the end of the race, more importantly, to really fight for a win here in race 2.
Yeah, he just needs to get back to those 1% too, Rusty, you know, like we've always commending him on, and just get that sort of... Who you got your eyes on there, Davo?
Stu Aerosmith in the long tail came in 3rd position, race 1. So, and I think you guys called it very, very early, even maybe before the race, that Aerosmith was in for a podium position. Just snuck in there in 3rd position, probably from the McDonald stop-go incident. So, yeah, nice work from Aerosmith, and back out on track. He qualified 4th, and definitely worthy opponent in this, the long-tail Porsche. Look at that thing. It lumbers. The whale tail. Well, it looks like a whale driving around, doesn't it?
He's done a good job to get the speed out of it that he has. I know he's been working hard during the week, and he was always kind of quietly bullish. I spoke to him earlier in the week about, what kind of car he was thinking about. And he was just kind of quietly bullish and said, I don't think the Porsche is that bad here. I think it's okay. So quietly confident. It's the first time I've heard that all season.
Wow. Was he selling it to himself, or was
he? Just convincing himself, working himself up.
Yeah, because most people just go, this thing's awful.
Well, it got him a podium. So
it did, absolutely. And again, it's just consistency, isn't it? Hitting your marks all the way around the circuit for the 30 minutes, but also on the pit entry and exit and on the blocks. Consistency, all the 1%ers, as we always talk about, and it will deliver at the end of the night and at the end of the season, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us again here for Asrnz Race of Champions. Hit the like and subscribe. And we will be looking at John McDonald again, I think, and Steve Reese's race, boys.
Yeah. So what just happened there? So you'll see Steve Reese tucked up in behind McDonald. Now, McDonald did bank a reasonable lap of 28.7. Yep. Channon there on a 28.5. Now, that lap round where Reese was following McDonald, he actually banked a 28.2. Now, if you remember back around 40 odd minutes ago, that was the number that John McDonald made pole on. So, so Reed's really just utilising, I think, the car in front there and punched that'll be the best number I've seen that car punch all night.
Yep.
It's good racecraft, isn't it? It's good quality craft, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, I think so.
Absolutely. Yeah. And some mind games going on there with Reese shadowing McDonald there. And McDonald would be mindful of that. And he'd be mindful of the advantage that he's giving Reese.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'm like Judge Dredd when it comes to that stuff when I'm on track. No, honestly, I don't let anyone get a toe off me. I have been known to get out of purple laps. I've been known to get out of hot laps just to spite the person trying to get a toe off me. I'm like, no, you do your own work, mate.
Just remember that, everybody. If you're racing with Mr. Shackelford here.
Yeah, God, he's on a quick one. Why is he pulling up? That's why, because you're behind me.
Now, McDonald choosing to drive back to the pits again, grab another set of tyres. Very aware, I'm sure, that Rees was behind him. And then Rees actually backed out of that previous lap.
And started to cycle his tyres, didn't he?
Yes.
A little bit there. So, I'm sure McDonald was well on that in the rear view.
Gee, guys, we've got 5 guys in the 28. Steve Wilton is currently P5 on a 28.9.
Farado as well. Jones in 7th provisionally.
Kenny Simpson, P9.
Yeah, Simpson just starting to come to terms heading into Q2, race 2 with that Mercedes. Didn't think we saw the best of him in the last one.
I'm calling this round Revenge of the Pro-Ams, guys, because this top 10 is being invaded with Pro-Ams and Ams tonight. You love to see it.
Well, look, we did give a lot of airtime to the boys up the pointy end here tonight, but the battle is in the Pro-Ams at the moment, isn't it? You know, like these guys, everybody's sort of been elevated up a few positions, so they're right amongst it. And, some really cracking racing.
That's what we do here at Race of Champions, and that's the beauty of this series that we run in between our main game stuff. Anyone on their night can get a little miracle, can get a little win. And if you're watching the replay at home, you're like, yeah, but they're in round 5. Don't worry, you can still rego, get a couple of races in. Like we've seen tonight. You don't have to be racing every week to get a good result. So.
Yep. Now, McDonald, once again, this is a strategy call with his qualifying. We saw him do it the last one. He's gone out, and I feel like it's the better part of an 80 to 90% lap up to this point, just giving himself a little bit of mileage between himself and Kenny Simpson up the road. So he's got plenty of fresh air. There won't be anybody else out in front of him for this one and final lap that he gets to do. Rees has parked the car, happy with the 28 too.
So's Smith, he's boxed.
Yeah, boxed it quite early, actually, did Stewie, after banking that 28.8. So maybe that was the best he got. Vic Chan also back to the pits. He's in there on a 28.50, so a slight improvement on that lap that he did. So he's banked that. McDonald needs to deliver on this lap. It absolutely needs to be picture perfect everywhere to try and rival that 28.2. However,
I think you'll get one more.
Yeah, I think the target will be definitely to try and get at least Vic Chan. I don't think I'd be overly concerned if I had the inside line off the start of this race from what we saw from Steve Rees.
We've noted too, haven't we, J-Man, in the previous rounds of this championship, that Steve Rees is a guy who will make a little adjustment, in between races setup-wise.
Yep.
And I tend to believe, I don't know if the numbers back it up or not, but I feel like he's stronger in the second race than he is in the first, and he's pretty strong in the first, right? So, it's going to be a new challenge now for McDonald. He's not going to be racing the Steve Rees of race 1. He's racing the race 2 adjusted setup Steve Rees.
Oh, definitely. And I think McDonald's going in with the adjusted mindset, I think, into race 2 as well. So,
it can be hard to reset. Like it can
definitely one to watch. I mean, does he attack earlier? Like where he didn't in the first race. So yeah.
Well, I think he's a pretty cool customer. You guys know him better than I do. I get the impression that he's a pretty cool customer behind the wheel, but I can't say for certain. And something like that, if you're not careful, it can ruin your night.
Yeah.
Is he going to have a go? Oh, he's just missed out, I think.
Oh, 2 1,000ths of a second.
Wow.
Geez, it don't get much closer than
Well,
that.
there you go. It hasn't ruined his night, has it? Race 1. That's gone.
No.
That's history.
And to get back to your point, Rusty, you're correct. The Barcelona round for Steve Rees, he went second in the first race, first in the second race.
Yep.
9th in the first race at Hungaroring, 6th in the second race. So definitely accurate with your stats there, mate, on him being probably a little bit more race ready for the second one. So takes his learnings out of the first one and definitely improves in the second. So look, he got first in the first one here. So look, he can't do any better than that.
It's also this, the signature of a really competent sim racer, someone who can do 30 minutes in a car and go, okay, well, I know I need to adjust this, and this, and this, I need to get a little bit of entry, and I need this down the straight, and I need, the suspension to do this, and they can just do it. That you're dealing with someone who knows their way around this game, right?
Incredible quality there, boys. To see, the smallest of margin between first and second, and then you've got to go all the way out to P9, Kenny Simpson. Great qualifying there from Kenny to make the second bracket, to hop into the next second bracket. So very competitive field here, albeit 15 cars in the field, very, very competitive, and you can bet your bottom dollar that I think that positions, I'm going to say 9 through to 15 tonight are going to be heavily contested. However, we've seen the pace out of Damian Jones, Shane Fodado, John Carter and co
Yeah.
right the way up to the top. I think you could split this field into 2 battles tonight, and that's what you'll be looking at. I think the top 8 definitely going to go, and then that battle, Simpson, Shields and co back, that's going to be another great battle.
Great call, J-Man. If my eyes don't deceive me, I feel like there was less than a second between first and 8th, from Rees all the way down to Sharks.
Yep.
And in my language, that means it's a race between these 8 guys. Who knows what happens at the front? A little accident. If you're in 8th, if you're Jarks here, you can have the confidence that if you somehow got to the front of this field, that you've actually got the pace to make a fight of it. So, less than a second between the top 8. Looking forward to this.
Yeah, no, it's definitely going to be on, and I think the amount of guys that probably took a little bit of learnings, tire pressures and stuff out of that one.
Yeah, you'd expect them all to improve, wouldn't you? Really?
I think so. Yeah, I think definitely we will see some improvement.
A little bit of shadow just casting over Red Bull Ring. You wouldn't suspect it at first, but it's actually quite a picturesque little track with the Alps behind and the forest and whatnot. So it does look very good at the change of the day, sunrise or sunset. I know we're not going to be able to see sunset here tonight, but it's one to check out if you haven't checked out yet. Red Bull Ring.
Yeah,
play around with the time settings.
Will we see? Do you think potentially, Rusty, we'll see tyre temps here? Obviously, the track fall away in temp though, but given the fact that it's a 7 p.m. start.
No, I wouldn't suspect. In real terms, if it's half an hour in game time, I don't think it's going to be a huge issue. It's unlike Spa, say for example, a lot of the track is still bathed in sunlight at all times.
Yep.
So I don't think it's going to chill that quickly. It does get ice cold in the middle of the night here, but I think we should be safe for the next hour in game time.
So, just on that, just looking there, Rusty, we have got 18 and 19, so the track is cool. The track is definitely cool. I didn't pay too much attention to what it was in the previous race, but the track is definitely cold.
Yep, okay, yeah, right. Well, in that case, there's no harm in putting like another 0.1 or 0.2 in your pressures, right? If you're concerned about dropping too far, I kind of prefer lower tyre pressures. I know you're supposed to adjust it with the temperature, but I'm not that advanced, I'm afraid. So
and I think probably where I was going with it too, Rusty, was the fact that you talk to both Vic and Stewie in the comms box about the degradation of the tyres on those Porsches at the back end, and potentially does this later race favour them at the back end of the race now? Do they not lose as much as potentially they would have in race 1?
Yeah, you definitely could be onto something, coupled with any little setup tweaks that you might have made in between. Might just stretch another few laps, and that might be all you need to stretch a few more laps out of those tyres. So Asrnz could be hunting around again for another top 3 here. I'm really super impressed. Just shout out to Steve Wilton joining us for the RSC. We missed him in the GT3 Championship, but having that thing, to be up the front here at the pointy end, top 5, a couple of back-to-back top 5s, he'll be cock-a-hoop.
Yeah, absolutely. They're a very accomplished sim racer for a long period of time. I know myself and Davo had the pleasure of going door to door with him over many years. And I tell you what, when he hits the right mark with setup and he's comfy and he's in the zone, he is a tough competitor. Former Triple Crown winner here at Asrnz.
Multiple, he would like me to mention, I think. Multiple Triple Crown winner. Yes, the tech. Thank you, Farmer.
Yeah.
Don't skimp on the accolades.
Oh, and while we're writing checks, look, we must thank Race Command and Matchfit Entertainment, obviously, for bringing all this ASRNZ goodness to you. It is the 2024 Race of Champions, and it is round 5 at Red Bull Ring. Key the music, but we are about to go to the two race.
We're about to go to the beer tent.
We are. No, we're not. The beer tent's coming
Very
to us.
excited. Yeah, very excited.
Very excited. The boys forming up, just rolling down to the final complex of corners here. Short field tonight, 15 drivers. The action has been aplenty. Look at McDonald and Reeves.
Yeah, what's the 27
facing
car here?
off between
What's the
each
27
other.
car here, mate? He will not be asleep this time.
Aerosmith Wilton on the second row and Carter.
Yeah, look at this.
Carter Fudado. Look at these guys facing off.
He can be in front as long as he complies with the widget. He'll be okay. He's going
Round-
the right level with him this time.
Round
He'll be awake to it
5.
this time.
Race of Champions. Look at these two guys. Look at all of this. Hit the like and subscribe. We are green. Red Bull Ring. Into
Look,
one.
there.
He's
Looking
right
it
there.
out. Right there. Got the inside line. Can
Just
he make
can't
it
get
happen?
that drive. Can't get the drive out of the corners.
And we know what the Merc's like. We got Mike King in the background. I think Vaughan Martin also involved here in the
Oh, look at the
background.
horsepower.
Can he make
He's
it happen?
covering.
Oh,
He's
covers!
covering.
Look in the background there.
Oh, it's
Oh,
a
he
repeat.
just
Can't
looked
get
at
it
the
happen.
drive.
Oh, Vic Chan, vulnerable to Vic Chan immediately.
But gee, it picks up so well in this rev range, doesn't it?
It does. Wilton on the move in the background there, I see.
A lot of defending going on here, lap 1.
Oh, I tell you what, it was close
geez,
between
that
Chan and
is
McDonald.
tight stuff there, guys.
Great racing.
Yeah, look, the cover actually
And
cost McDonald in distance too.
Aerosmith tucked in there with that as well.
What a pack this is.
Oh,
Rees,
wow.
McDonald, Chan, Arrowsmith, Wilton, Fodado, Carter, Jarks.
Lap 1, ladies and gentlemen. Round 5, Red Bull Ring.
Who's
Look
that?
at this. This is tight stuff.
That's
Rees.
super tight.
Look
Rees
at
has
Reese.
just skipped away again.
Just like, yeah, guys. You can
We
go-
mentioned before.
you can
Oh,
deal
we
with
mentioned
that.
before. We mentioned before race 1 that he's a particularly
Early
good
stoppers,
starter.
Stewie Aerosmith, Steve Wilton. Wilton
They're all
going on
coming
the absolute opposite strategy to race 1.
Oh.
He's gone in with Stewie.
And look how close
Oh,
they
he's
are.
tagged him.
Oh,
that's
no.
messy. That's very messy down there.
That could be a drive-through penalty for Stewie there
And
because
Chan-
Palmer hit him. Yep,
Yeah, Chan also putting pressure on
McDonald.
McDonald immediately into 1. Lap 2 here.
Carter feeling the heat big time from Jarks. He's going to have a big look up into the slow corner here, the left hand, the right
I
hand.
reckon he's going to send it.
Oh, Ever the Gentleman again just pulls away.
Can't get the drive
Push
out.
it,
What's
pushes
the-
Carter wide though.
Watch the drive of this Lamborghini. In between 2 and 3, he will get down here. He'll tuck it to the inside if Carter gives him the space. No, he goes to the outside.
Oh, McDonald loses position to Vic Chan.
Oh, he has too.
This puts Kenny Simpson right into this battle now. He's just hooked onto the back of Jarks here, going along for the ride.
Okay, so no
Oh,
issues there.
Jarks
with
on
Wilton
the
and
outside,
Aerosmith.
forcing the issue. Sorry, J-Man, with
Right.
Carter there on the outside. Holds it there. Can he make it live down at the bottom of the hill? I doubt it.
The long
Simpson.
way round.
Simpson. Bird's eye view.
Yes, so no harm,
Simpson
no
up
foul
the inside
between,
of Jones.
between
Oh.
Aerosmith and Wilton. Those guys, I think, but that is positional change. Although Wilton just running wide at the final turn.
It's a hard place to get it done there in those last 2 turns. It looks more inviting than it actually is. When you send it up there, you get halfway through it and you go, oh no, I shouldn't have done this. Very easy to overshoot there and just go, T-bone someone.
Oh,
Simpson
McDonald.
with just a whole new turn of speed this race,
Oh,
boys.
absolutely. But McDonald in all sorts of pain, back and forth with Chan, and now Fodado in tow.
Yep.
McDonald sandwiched between the two cup cars here, and
That
trying
yellow
to
line-
get the punch off the corner in that
It really
Mercedes.
hurts him.
That
Look
shallow
at it
line's not
again.
working for him. He needs to go to the high line out into 2.
Yeah, swoop it in late.
Yep. It's not working to go shallow. He just hasn't got the drive.
The rest of the lap, it's fine, isn't it? It
Yep.
is. It is that corner.
Yeah, almost want to slow it down, get on the brakes a little bit earlier and make sure you're on the gas before you start going up the hill, you know?
Pretty much, because it's got good
Lose so much.
speed at the end of the straight. As you mentioned, that rev range, Rusty, at the mid-straight after 2 and 3, it's definitely good.
Oh, it's
it just
unstoppable.
suffers. Yeah, it just suffers at the start. So
And look at
in
it
the
just punch
interim-
away here. After 3, all the way
Yeah.
through the midsection, and just gaps the Porsche. Really gains on Chan again.
But look at
So,
the lead
with-
Steve Rees has got, boys. He's just managed to stay out of the trouble, out of the danger zone, and go out and then just bank some solid laps. That lap there, 28.5.
A second quicker than P2.
Yep.
So on a full tank,
Wow.
that's moving. That's quali pace. You know, I think he qualied at 28.4, didn't he, in race 1?
Yeah,
So-
it was a cut lap, so it's not registered. The fastest lap of the
right.
race
Oh,
at this point is actually Damien Jones.
Yeah, in the Lamborghini. So nice work from Jones there.
Simpson's pits.
So look, I actually thought Simpson might have come in the lap before, tucked in with a battle. Comes in a lap later. He might have suffered from that.
So that little run wide that Wilton had earlier that I mentioned, guys, was enough for Stu Arrowsmith to get him back.
You might want to have a quick replay on McDonald there. Big dive on Chan
Yeah,
coming
I
down the
saw
hill.
that,
Got out of
saw
it
that.
the last second.
We're a long way back. Pushes the nose too a little bit too far in the middle of that corner when he did it.
Oh yeah, big deep move there. Again, makes him vulnerable for Fodado there, doesn't he?
Does.
Pushing like that. But he almost looked like he missed his brake mark, to be honest. That was deep.
Can now with the fastest lap of the race.
Top 5 are all doing. Third, Fodado, Carter, and McDonald are all doing low 29s.
Oh, look how close they are.
Look how close they are.
Steve Melling doing a great job at the moment, P7. So great start to this race for Steve-O in the whale tail.
Oh, definitely. Like, because that top pack, right down to Jones there, that top 6, they are close.
They are flying too.
Yeah. So for Melling to be just tagged not too far off behind that is a good effort.
Well, and let's not forget about Arrowsmith and Wilton. Now, they did have that incident on pin entry, which is going to hurt them, no doubt. Now, is it 1 second, 2 second, 5 second? We don't know yet. We're going to have to see how it shakes out. But they're currently running at the same pace as the top 5.
Yeah.
So just because they're not racing them on track doesn't mean they're not racing them.
Oh, no,
Well,
definitely not.
Well,
And
it
do you
hurt
think-
them both.
So who do you think's got the measure here between Arrowsmith and Longtail and Wilton in the Merc?
Wilton's definitely got the race pace.
He's got
I
the
believe.
pace,
But-
yeah.
So one of the things that's come to light too is Arrowsmith with a 5 second stop still got a 35 second overall. So
Okay.
but Wilton with an 8 second stop and 36 seconds. So that's that difference between that bump into the lane when the timer started recording was definitely favourable for possibly for Farmer if you look at the outright.
Oh,
8
he's having a
second
big
stop.
look at Arrowsmith
He's on the
defending
outside.
heavily here.
Chan and McDonald up the inside. So Chan just pipping the fastest lap time there. as
We've
he
got
crosses the
battles
line.
everywhere at the moment.
We
They
will
are
get back
all-
to Arrowsmith as well. Arrowsmith Wilton into one.
Oh,
Oh,
that is so tight.
So close. Oh, Asrnz runs wide.
Yeah, this will be the invitation that Wilton wanted.
I think Asrnz might have to give it up.
He got the punch.
No, he's going to defend.
Wilton's backed off.
See, this is the one where I think in the Merc you stay high and you cut back.
Yes.
He does.
So what's this? And so yeah, Wilton.
Better.
Oh, but still,
Better.
it's not enough, is it?
Oh, you
Oh,
can minimise
McDonald
the
up
damage.
the inside of Chan.
Oh, he's all
Down into
over
the
him.
final complex here. Oh, this is close.
See
He
what
has
I mean
definitely
about
got
that
pace.
turn.
McDonald's definitely got pace. If it was me, I'd be getting out of this now, giving this thing some fresh air.
Yeah,
and
well,
just
he's
going
close enough
mash my
now,
laps.
isn't he? Yeah, well,
Yep.
and look, Fotado right behind too, so
Yep.
you
He's
really
going to
got to
end
think
up at
about
the
it.
same place. He's going to end up trying to overtake at that hairpin again, at that slow corner going up the
Yep.
hill. So
Yeah, but he's
And it
got,
doesn't work.
it just doesn't work.
No.
It gets doesn't deliver. At the end of the day, here it goes again from McDonald up the inside. No. Runs a bit wider this time. Has he got the punch out? Look
look at that step
Fotado.
away.
Look
Yeah,
at Shane.
he's vulnerable here.
Yep.
He needs to have
He's
fresh
gotta
air
get in.
front and back.
Yep.
Front and back. He can't be. He needs to be high and wide, and then he'll leave himself vulnerable. Because I believe the Porsche
Hit in,
can take the
J-Man.
inside line and drive out of it
Would you be thinking about pitting in here if you're
Right
JB?
right now. If I'm
Just get out of it.
JB, I'm getting out of this battle.
Yeah, it's too tight. Yeah, like you said, back and front as well.
Yep.
So
Well, his longer race is getting compromised every time he jumps on the brakes, every time he has to change his natural driving to compensate for the fact that that car's in front and he one's behind. It's costing him time.
it's a
so.
tight group of cars, isn't it? Like,
It is.
like we've got literally Vic Chan, McDonald, Fotado, and Carter, and Damien Jones, all right there. Here we
And
go.
Aerosmith
Here we
and
go.
Wilton.
Here we
Here's
go.
McDonald.
There it
Smart
is.
call.
Oh, and so tidy inside the line again.
Man,
and
that
J-Man,
was
how?
beautiful. He just
fucking-
needs to get this stop right.
Wow.
He gets
Look
it
at
nailed.
that.
Yep, the sins of race one have now been absolved.
Yeah.
Now it's
so
time
that
to go
is
out
a-
there and get absolution.
Yeah, that's a very, very accurate entry there for John McDonald.
Yeah, tidy stuff there. That's how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. Look at these guys. Super tight. McDonald now in the pits. Vic Tan in second.
Oh,
Fotado third.
eight
Carter.
seconds on the jacks though.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ouch, that'll hurt him. Jones.
I was just about
in
to
fifth.
say too. Sorry, Dave. I was just about to say, because of all that tomfoolery with Vic Chan, that allowed Rees to skip up the road. We're going to
And
have
it's
to see
allowed-
qualifying laps from McDonald.
Oh.
You know?
It's allowed
yeah.
Aerosmith and
Yep.
Stu
Oh
and
no, they're through.
Wilton in front, mate. So,
There you go. 3 seconds on the road. That's what it looks like.
and so now he can't go out there and make lap speed with fresh air because he's now got to chase these two boys.
Oh, and look as he immediately
Look at
puts
Farmer.
pressure. Farmer on. Oh, there's contact and the tail gets out. Oh,
This will help. This will help McDonald.
Yeah, there was definitely overlap there. So I think
Checks in the
Rubbin's
mail.
racing.
It's McDonald immediately gets on to the back.
Yeah, it was a great call, J-Man. I think you're right. The Merc needs clear air front and back.
Yeah.
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 That's you watch Wilton skip away here.
So Rees with the quickest lap officially now at a 28.815. That's a very, very good lap. Melling in the pit lane. So Steve-O in the big boat tail.
Yeah, one of the boat tails out there tonight. We've got Aerosmith, Melling, I think it was Vaughan Martin as well.
McDonald, Aerosmith.
Yeah, no, it is on, and has the Merc got the grunt up to one?
gotta
Aerosmith
do it here.
covering. He's got to get it done here.
Yeah,
He's
if
still
he doesn't
gonna-
get it done here, he's going to end up stuck behind at the next turn. As
Yeah,
we've
here
seen
we go.
already.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Beautiful
He's got
pass.
it. Because he needs that little bit of a gap, because it
Exactly.
just does not punch out of two. Look at Aerosmith. Looking for the draft, and doesn't the tail. Gets it up
Response.
there. It responds, doesn't it? That's Wilton in front, you can see
But
just
you watch the
in
drive
front
here
of shot.
from
Here we
Stewie.
go.
This is critical for McDonald's race. He really needs to kind of get out of here.
Yeah, he'll head towards his teammate there in Wilton, actually, and look,
overcooks a little.
deep again. We saw
This-
that.
Yeah, this is not going to get any easier for McDonald, because by the time Fodado, I'm not even going to talk about Chan at this point. I'm going to talk about Fodado, Carter, and Jones
McDonald
stop,
wide again.
that they're going to play into this battle here with Wilton and McDonald.
Yeah, very quickly, J-Man. As the pit stops start to equalise here. Jones on Carter.
Boy, he had a big look.
Down into 2.
Okay, Nev Shields to the pits now. A little bit of damage on the front of that Porsche too.
That Jux car just improves lap after lap after lap from race 1 now into race 2, comfortably running top 5.
Yeah.
Doing an amazing job.
Yeah, did a stellar job actually in race 1, Rusty.
Yep.
But racing very gentlemanly like. He looked like he could have stuffed it up the inside a few times and really just sort of held back and enjoyed his racing, I suspect.
Well, I just want to give a shout out to Race Control have passed me an envelope before the broadcast tonight.
Oh, really? I didn't get one.
Well, I'll have to. You have to speak to the boys in the production van. I think they're on their 12th pretzel at the moment. So good luck. They're having a carbo overload down there. No, so Race Control just wants to commend the field. Last week there was not one reported incident from the whole,
that's
from
impressive.
both races, and I can't think of a time where I've ever seen that in online league racing ever.
There you
So
go.
a special shout out to the field. They really do race respectfully.
Absolutely. As we see Damien
Jones to the pit.
Jones into the
Yep.
pits with a textbook entry again. No crossing of the blend line and hits the marks on the pit limiter. Perfect entry there.
Yeah, and this is important. This is important based on the fact that is to know where Stewie Aerosmith is and McDonald and Wilton. Now, I think Wilton,
They're on the straight now.
McDonald got it covered, but where does he come out in relation to Stewie Aerosmith?
Aerosmith's going under the stop-go lights now. I can
It's
see.
going to be closer to McDonald than I thought.
Oh, this is going to be close here.
Sharks
So he's
might-
in behind McDonald, but
He's not
in
going to
front
be
of
able to defend
Aerosmith.
here.
So in front of Aerosmith, in behind
gonna have to
McDonald.
cover here.
Nice work. Here we go, up into 2. Aerosmith immediately pokes up at Zark's covering. Goes, mate,
Covering
you're going to have
well
to make
too.
it stick on the outside, and he's
Oh,
done
What he
it.
does. Beautiful
Wow.
move, Stewie. Take a bow. That was a beautiful bit of driving. Although
Perfect.
it's not going to get any easier because Jack will keep coming.
What a move. Nice work from Stu Aerosmith there, guys.
Yeah, Stu's
Ah,
definitely
chance of
brave
the
on
pits.
track. He'll definitely have a go if it's there. So
Oh, tidy stuff, though, you know.
yeah,
like,
very well executed.
Yeah, very
Ooh.
tidy stuff. Nice
Vic.
work.
Vic down to 42k an hour before the line, so
Pretty cool.
Ooh, okay.
yep.
No
So
mucking around.
bled about 8k an hour early, but he
That's
looked
a
it was
10.
safe. Yep. Now John Carter doing a stellar job this race, guys. Coming out of John Carter coming out of P5 in the championship, battling pretty hard with the likes of Vaughan Martin. So
Well, he's got Vaughan's number tonight.
He
Martin's
has.
currently P12, so it hasn't
10
been a
points the
rosy
difference.
night.
Yeah, so Vaughan, I thought maybe bigger things based on what we saw in that first initial qualifying, but he's just sort of struggling with that car out there at the moment.
He has, yeah.
John
It's funny
Carter
like
on
that.
Shane Fodado.
Find yourself in the wrong place at the wrong time. The race just
Yeah.
doesn't go your way, you know. Like get traffic where you don't need it, or you make a mistake when you can't afford to, and then all of a sudden you're slipping back, and it's yeah.
Yeah, McDonald had all sorts with that Mercedes in this race too. Doesn't look nearly as comfortable or as stable in that car as we
Yeah.
saw race 1. I just saw him just wide out of turn 2 that time around, coming back across the curb. And it almost looked like it was a big lift to ensure that there was no time gain. So maybe
Fodado in the pits.
track limits are a potential thing.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that, J-Man, because I thought the same earlier, and
Yep.
it almost looks like a quali trim. It looks very spicy on the gas, doesn't it? So
It does.
And we saw no infringements, actually, for corner cutting in the first race. So nice
That's
work
right,
from the
yeah.
boys again. Like you mentioned, Rusty, no penalties or protests for last round. So awesome stuff from all the boys out on track and involved here in the 2024 Asrnz Race of Champions.
Wilton Fotto going to be very, very close, guys. Very, very close.
Out of the pits here, Wilton passed
Harris Smith and
easily.
Sharks are coming around on this bend too. They're going to be right on it.
Yeah, I think you're going to find
Oh,
McDonald.
McDonald's
going to round him up a
Fotto.
place.
Here we go. Can McDonald make it work?
Yeah, he's got him.
Oh, the hairpin here. Oh, it's not quite a
Clever
hairpin,
from
but
Fotto, very clever.
Fotto
He knows
really
he's got the
forced him.
drive.
Didn't he force him there? But again, the Merc winds up.
Oof.
It's got some punch.
Shark's still working over the back of Aerosmith too, boys. That battle's still going on, but you can't find any inroads there at the moment. So still relieves Rees and Carter still to make their stop. Sorry, David.
Yeah, no, you're right there, J-Man. And you can just see it in the back of shot here as we sort of focused. I think we're focused on Fotto's car there, just tucked in behind McDonald. But yes, you can see that Aerosmith, Jones battle.
Jones, yeah.
Yeah. And that's spicing up, as we would have expected. Jones just only out of the pits. Aerosmith with a great outside pass into two. We knew once the Lambo got up to speed, it was going to be a affordable competitor, and here it is. Jones immediately starts putting pressure on Aerosmith.
Oh, good drive out of one. Very, very good drive out of one for
Aerosmith.
Damien Jones.
Oh, Jones there, should I say.
Yeah, he'll be threatening down into two here. Look to the inside, big move, thinks better of it. It's just going to be so hard to try and get this Porsche out of this tight turn.
Jones driving a very gentlemanly-like race throughout the evening. I think he's just enjoying being in the battle tonight, guys.
Yeah, and I just picked up a shot just off camera there, just at the back of shot of Steve Rees. So super comfortable with that Porsche right now. That final really big cambered last corner, he just threw it down in there sideways and just drove the car off so straight. He is certainly at one with that car at the moment.
Certainly is, J-Man. I've just been watching the totem for the last couple of minutes, and I can tell you Steve Rees' last lap was a 29 flat, currently the fastest car on track. His nearest competitor, Vic Chan, a 29.12. Steve Wilton, a 29.12. A 1.9, pardon me. McDonald with a 28.9. So these are the, kind of direct competitors. But at this end, McDonald just set a personal best lap at 28.8. So he's starting to find pace now with that little bit of air in front and back. Great call earlier, J-Man. But it's, 0.2 a lap. It's not going to be enough. Really needs to pull out some quality stuff here for the next 2 or 3 laps at least.
And where does Damien Jones try and get this pass done? It's not in or out of 2 in my opinion. I think he needs to set this thing up out of the final turn and try and get it done. Get it done at turn 1. Get the car down the inside and get it done at turn 1. So it's a big move. It's a potential borderline track cut on the way into the last 2 corners, and then set the run up down the front straight and try and get it done down there. But Stewie doing a great job out there. P7 currently. John Carter on the numbers he's been running, low 29s to mid 29s. It's going to be a real factor.
He's in the pits, guys.
Yeah. Once they shake out as to where Wilton, McDonald, Fotto come out at the end of this race.
Just watching Jarks, just runs a little bit wide there in the pursuit of Stu Arrowsmith for P7 currently.
We've got an issue. We've got an issue with the number 6 Porsche car. It had a really, really snaggy pit stop there, I can tell you. 7 seconds and 37 in the total outlight in the lane. So that's going to close that margin up. He did have a good 5 or 6 seconds.
Chan is just coming around turn 1. This is going to be right on now.
Rees has hit the pit wall on exit. got
It
it
looked
crossed
like a
up.
big whack too.
Rattles Reese, long pit stop there. Something hasn't gone right, has it?
Oh, J-Man, there could be rear suspension damage after that hit. It was a pretty big whack.
Let's
was
try
huge,
and get
and
it.
look how
Try and get a
close.
replay on that, actually, guys.
Here's the pass. The pass is now.
Warm tyres.
He's got it done. Vic Chan is going to make this happen.
Just wonder if that left-hand side of the race car might be a little compromised.
Yep.
Did you get a replay on that one,
Yeah,
Davo?
just picking that up on the replay. Yeah, rookie error, really, isn't it, guys? Coming
Giving
out.
each other space.
We'll get back to the action
Still
immediately.
side by side here, boys.
Or he would have been watching the relative. He would have seen Chan coming down the straight, and you're just trying to get on with it, you know. Oh, it's Chan a big
Chan
look
again.
Inside.
Yeah, Reese wide, not unforced, really.
Yes.
Chan gave him plenty of room.
And look who's just in the back of shot. Steve
Wilton and John McDonald. Yes.
We've
They're
still got
ominous.
5 3/4 minutes to go here, boys.
This is for the provisional race lead as well. So all 4 of these guys are in with a shot here to win this.
Yeah, absolutely.
And look at him, nose to tail, bam, 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 across the line. We have a race on our hands here, ladies and gentlemen.
We do have a race on our hands, and I'm still interested to see what John Carter's call here is. We got 5 minutes and 15 seconds left to go. He must be going to come in soon, and I tell you what, he's been punching good numbers. He's still a factor to play amongst these guys.
Oh, Vic Chan wide.
So this is going to play back into the hands of Steve Wilton and John McDonald.
This is a reverse of the
side by
last lap.
side.
They were on the opposite sides of the track last lap. Exact same position. A lot of space
Again.
given.
Yeah, plenty of space given there.
Ooh. It's getting spicy, guys.
Look at the 2 Mercs lurking in the background, boys. And they are teammates.
We'll get out of the
They'll be
front
working together.
of Wilton's car. Passenger cam. Steve Wilton's Mercedes. He has got a front row seat, ladies and gentlemen.
See, the
Look
thing
at
is, we've
this.
only got 4 minutes left of this race. They can't, the 2 breakfast crew guys, they can't really afford to just sit back and watch this happen. They've got to kind of get in
Gotta
and
have a
mix
go.
it
Get
up.
amongst it. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. They've got to attack now. Don't
Four-
wait.
A little over 4 minutes to go. Wilton runs it very wide in the Merc.
I'm tempted to give them one more lap because they just do look very racy up there. So I'll just be like, just give them one more to kill each other.
Oh, look at Reese on Chan.
Yeah, look, he got another good drive out of 1.
McDonald will be just telling Wilton to go, go, go.
It's full aggression now at the front.
Yeah, full attack mode.
Look at these 4.
They're coming up on traffic too. This will be interesting.
Still have John Carter, first position.
Yeah, much better drive out of there that time from Steve Wilton out of there. Didn't lose so much.
Oh, and Chan as well.
Yep.
Chan.
Yep.
Oh, Reese. China. Just again
Oh, he just dropped the wheel in the
pushes the
dirt.
limits, as did McDonald, I think, a little bit.
Yep.
Wonder what differences McDonald and Wilton have in their setups. I feel like Wilton's is a little stickier at the back than McDonald's.
Yeah, John's is definitely looser.
Yeah.
Definitely looser. This is a great battle. So,
What a way to finish this
John
race.
Carter to the
Oh.
pits, guys.
Okay, this is critical for John because he should be in this mix.
I believe he's going to be somewhere there or thereabouts. He's definitely going to flow somewhere into the Wilton McDonald side of things. He's off the jacks. Good stop. Oh, he wicks the tyres up on the way out. Got a good launch. So here they come. Look, they've all cleaned him up there,
Yep.
so it
Yep.
wasn't as close as I thought.
I
But
think
man,
it
the
followed
battle
though.
is on.
He's going to be fighting with Fododo, Arrowsmith and Jarks here.
He
He's
is
going
going
to
to be
come right out
yep,
in the middle of them.
right beside Fododo in front of Stewie Arrowsmith.
Oh, it's all happening up front.
We got
Oh, Wilton on Reese.
Big move.
Gives him a
and
touch.
McDonald's looking for the outside line. It was 3 wide for a second there.
More
Watch the
rubbing down the
Mercedes
straight.
down the chute here.
Look at this. And McDonald
bit of
in
updraft
in
from
there.
the
He's
McDonald.
going to leave Reese high. Oh, Reese deep as in the Porsche. Easily covers the two Mercs.
Yeah, they're going to go side by side here down the hill.
Vic Chan would be loving this.
I like
Oh,
McDonald's
he
position
needs it,
here.
doesn't he?
Yep. This is giving Chan the breathing room he
look
needs.
at Wilson again, forcing the issue, getting the overlap.
A little bit of a rub there. Got Steve
Tiny
Reese proper
touch.
loose.
He wasn't given the space up.
McDonald on the inside.
McDonald might have said, I've had enough here.
Look, they're going to split him. There's going to go 3 wide here, I'm sure. We're going to have one more to go.
Oh,
More touching, more touching. No!
Oh,
Oh, no.
Wilton
in the
off.
barriers.
no. McDonald pass.
Oh,
Reese in third.
We've got to get a replay on that, Davo.
Oh,
Wow.
no. Where is Wilton? He was in the barriers. McDonald up to P2. Reese is in P3.
We will get back to that. Here we go. Replay as we watch these three Rees flanked by the Mercedes.
Sorry.
Wilton
Yeah,
tries to
that's-
take the outside, gets a bit of contact just on the pit lane entry.
Wilton's parked it, by the way.
Wilton ends up losing out. Rees going back a position.
Stewie John Carter. Stewie runs it deep. Carter's gonna, and it's Jarks Jones is going to get this position as well. Sorry, Dave. I know you're with the replay. I'm just picking up on the
Huge
live
mistake.
action. Big mistake
Jones.
from Stewie. Oh, that was a massive incident. And
Gonna
John
break
So
Carter,
we just picked that up on the end of that replay as well.
super close. Who's that? Jones back down the inside of Stewie. So Stewie must have had a look back. Carter was threatening on Fotterdo. And in the interim, Chan about to come around the final sector of the lap.
Rees is actually right on the back of McDonald again here. It's not over for P2.
It's not over. Great battle. And, you know, you talk, Rusty, about the importance of these championship points. Look at the swing again. Reese potentially going 1-3.
Yep.
Chan going 2-1. Sorry, 3-1.
The Fotterdo Cutter, Damien Jones battle,
2-1,
obviously,
sorry.
with the mistake from Asrnz there, has ramped right up. Look at how close these guys
and
are as we see Vic
McDonald,
John
Rees.
McDonald, Reese, Shane Fotterdo, Carter, Damien Jones, Asrnz across the line. Wow. Well, just wow. How close is that stuff? Right to the end. Kenny Simpson in 8th. Steve Melling rounding the final corner in 9th. Phil Turner dropping down into the final corner as well in 10th. Vaughan Martin, Mike King, Nev Shields and Scotty Rivers. Guys, what a race.
Well, that
My.
Nev Shields, Mikey King battle still going on.
Get a load of that. Oh, Mikey
Boys.
running wide. He looks like he's got in a damaged car as well, in one of the cup cars.
Yeah, look, those boys have run that right out to the end, so well done to them. But what a fantastic race by all. Just shows you that was for P12 and 13, and that went down to the wire after 30 minutes. So it's a great show. Man, what a great battle. We'll grab Steve
Wow.
Rees. While
I
he's
can't
still,
wait to talk to him. I've got a few
That's
questions.
epic.
While he's still caught in the moment, he's probably having a debrief with those drivers already. But Steve, you got us on comms?
Hey, mate.
Mate, that was, I tell you what, up to the pit exit, mate. I felt like you had that thing in the bag. Talk to us about the good, bad, and the ugly there, buddy.
The good was up until I pitted. The bad was the second I entered pit lane. Pretty much.
Oh, mate.
It all went downhill. I had a shocking pit stop, missed my marks. That cost me at least 2 seconds
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a little
before I
bit
even
more.
went up on the tracks.
Yeah.
And then I skate the thing into the fucking wall on the exit.
Yeah.
Was
Mate, I've
that
got-
just
yeah.
from watching the relative and knowing that Vic was kind of bearing down on you? Because I know what you mean when you make that first little mistake in the pits. Everything it snowballs, doesn't it? Because you're trying to catch up again. You know, you're like, oh no. You know, it just gets worse and worse. It compounds. So were you aware of how close Vic was at that moment?
I saw where it was as I was coming up to the pit exit line, and I thought, no, I definitely still have the lead, so I'm good here.
Yep.
But I also engaged hero mode, and that failed miserably.
Yeah, before you got it back out on track, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
Mate, I want to get your thoughts. It was great racing towards the end of the race. It was a 4-car battle. Every car had a real good shot at
Yeah.
winning it. The Mercs presented a challenge for you guys tonight, just where they were strong compared to your car, and you know, there was a little bit of an incident with a couple of laps to go, and it just was it just too many cars on too little track?
It looked a bit that way, yeah.
Yeah.
There was 3 of us all in one spot, and
Yeah.
I think I clipped the inside curve and went probably a bit wider than what I was expecting, and obviously there was a Merc there. So.
Yep.
Oh, it was good racing, mate.
Very
Yeah, look,
entertaining to watch.
so-
Actually, that
so
seesaw.
entertaining, mate.
Yes,
Yeah.
very
It's-
much so.
I'm
And
glad I
you-
made someone happy.
Yeah. Look, your loss is our gain, but nonetheless, you still made it to the podium, Steve. So you know, look, mitigated the damage, man, and yeah, look, honestly, when you get to catch that one back, I tell you what, it's a spectacle to be had for sure. Congratulations, mate. It's still going. 1-3 is still a solid night. So well done, Steve Reese.
Thanks, guys.
Good on you, mate.
Thanks, Steve. Steve
right.
Rees, everyone. Wow, what a cracking effort from Steve there. Crazy finish to that one.
Yep.
Next up,
Next
we
one
have
Is JB. It's been a long time since we got to talk to you.
John McDonald.
Our fellow commentator / good old friend.
He's
JB,
still,
got us
got
on
the
comms?
swipe card. He was sitting there licking the window before we.
Yeah.
Hang on.
He's got lifetime. He's got lifetime access.
Yeah.
Mate, what a race, buddy! Like seriously, I'm not gonna dwell too much on what should have or could have been in race 1, but that second one was all action. All action was so good.
Oh, mate, yeah, I made a few rookie errors there at the start of race 1.
Yep.
Which I don't know, I was a bit slow off the start there, but had a good race. But that was an awesome race at with Reeves in the first one. But yeah, unfortunate second gear in the pit stop, Buzz. But that second race, yeah, I got a bad pit stop. Chan was too slow and checking me back to Whāraro. And it was just the Porsches were too quick off the hairpin. They could get up beside you, and if they could defend the line, it was pretty hard to get it back again. So if you're in the front, it was okay, but wicked differences between the cars.
Well, it was duly noted. We noticed up here, mate.
Yeah.
See you
Yeah,
guys
looks
struggling
like the
to get that thing off the line out of 2.
JB,
Yeah, I feel stink for Farmer because the battle there was heating up so good, and something was brewing there, and he drove friggin' awesome. Yeah,
Didn't he?
yeah.
Oh, he had phenomenal pace, mate. Top 5. The top 6 or 7 cars in that race too, off the start, I think were separated by less than a second. So we knew it was going to be spicy. I was interested to hear your thoughts then about the hairpin, because we definitely noticed that. J-Man made a mention of it during the race that the Merc needs clear air in front and behind, because people could have dives on you and you couldn't get the drive out of the hairpin as well. So I think
exactly.
fantastic effort, mate.
Yep.
So what would happen is you'd get a run down the straight, and if you went to the inside, you couldn't see your braking marker, and it forced you to brake where the Porsche was braking. They obviously could brake a lot later, so
Right.
it just was hard to stop the car. And then obviously they were so good off the turn. So yeah, you had to find rhythm and be patient, and their tyres went off at the end, or they were battling. And
Just quickly on that, because we were wondering, did you make your car looked a lot looser in race 2? It almost looked to me like it looked like it was in quali trim. Did you make any setup changes between race 1 and 2?
just tire pressures. I went up.
Okay.
I went up, but they just, I don't know, the car took a while to come on, and
Right.
got caught napping pretty much with Vic, and then the bad pit stop put me back to where I deserved to be, but the cars were strong enough to come back through, so that was cool. Well done to the other lads. Really enjoyed the night, and it was cool to pick a car that was a bit better than the other ones in the previous races, but yeah, awesome stuff.
Awesome stuff, John.
Well
It's
done, mate.
a cool moment to see the Breakfast Crew boys, yourself and Farmer, coming back through and working as a team there late in the piece, mate. Really enjoyed that. Reminded me of days of old, so that was really cool. And a big congratulations too on the pole lap and race 1, mate. It was a special lap too, so well done. It's always great to see you out on track, JB. We know the quality that you are, so thanks for having a chat, buddy. And long may it last, and hopefully we get to talk to you again next week.
Yeah, and thanks for the pineapple fritters, and here's a couple of Pokemon from the
Good man.
Mastertonship, and a special one
Fantastic.
for you there too, Dave,
Oh,
from
no,
Epic Kahuna.
yeah, I
There you go.
noticed. I've been outed. Yeah. Thanks, John.
All right.
Good on you, John Boy. Cheers,
Awesome,
mate.
mate.
Thank you.
Good value.
There you
John
go,
McCullough.
JB.
Yeah, awesome work. Second position.
Yeah,
for
well,
race
this
2 there.
guy, this guy, mate, when the cards fall in your favour because you've got pace and you're the guy on the spot, just be Vic Chan.
Hey guys. Well,
Mate.
what a hectic couple laps, eh? Last couple laps.
I
Oh,
tell you what, when you get to watch that back, Vic, you will absolutely love it because you're in the prime spot. You put the pressure on.
You're on the edge of death behind you, mate. It
Oh,
was,
yeah.
it was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, last
serious.
hairpin. I mean, that hairpin on the last lap. I didn't realize they were there.
Was critical, Vic, to
Yeah,
put
it
yourself
was.
into a position where you could create the rhythm. Clearly, at that point, Reese had fresh air and it was just working for him. However, you still applied the pressure. He, Fupard, the pit stop and then the exit, and you still had to be there. And you still had to work for it after that, mate, like phenomenally, and it ended up becoming a four-way, which was super entertaining. But what that actually means to go 2-1, I believe that's probably the round win for you there because Steve Reese went 1-3.
It's definitely the round win.
Failed to deliver, and we've come to expect that you throw your hat into the ring there at some point, mate. And you did tonight, so well done. Shane was there or thereabouts. Obviously, had his battles as well, mate. He had plenty of company. So enjoy the stream when you watch it back, Vic, because it was nothing short of entertaining, mate. And congratulations on the round win. And looking forward to next week now.
Awesome. Cheers, guys.
Good
Right,
on you,
mate.
mate. Great driving.
Cheers.
Oh, boys, mate. That
wow.
did not fail to deliver. Red Bull Ring is a special
It's
place
amazing.
for GT racing.
Isn't it what? Isn't
Yeah.
it what?
I mean, you boys called it at the start of the night. You talked about, Rusty especially, you talked about the side-by-side stuff that, we were in real estate mode. We were in, and I tell you what, you called it perfectly because that was what it was all about tonight was, we saw the over-unders all night long.
Yep.
Different strengths and weaknesses, so perfect.
Yeah, the Race of Champions works really well here, doesn't it? With the mix of different manufacturers and the strengths and weaknesses overlap. And that's a really beautiful part of GT racing generally, isn't it? To have that kind of racing. So, yeah, awesome stuff tonight. That battle at the end of race 2.
Oh.
I'm going to go and watch that back because that was special.
Yeah.
So,
Which,
fantastic work.
Is there a tent we should pick?
Commiserations to Wilton because it didn't end well for him. And he was on for a podium at that point, if I'm not
He
mistaken. He was racing for the win at that point. They all were, all four of them. So it did look like that was building that whole situation for the last lap or two. And we did egg him on. We did say he's got to go for it now, didn't we? So
hey, just before we depart, can we I've just got a guy I just want to have a quick word to, boys. Have we got time for that?
sure.
Let's do it.
All right, so the guy I wanted to just have a quick chat to is a guy that we often miss through work commitments, but we got him back at the moment. And Jarks, if you've still got you on comms, mate, just give us a thumbs up.
G'day guys, how's it going?
Hey,
G'day,
Mate, I just want to drag you down for a chat because tonight your race night was absolutely jam-packed full of battles, mate. You had to have enjoyed tonight.
I think I enjoy every night, man. So
Yeah, no,
every
you
time
do.
out there, I'm in a battle, so it's good fun.
Yeah, lots of cool moves, mate. Some pretty fierce racing at the back end there with Stewie Aerosmith and John Carter, mate. You certainly had battles all night long, but that back end was pretty special, mate. And you come out on the right side of the ledger there too.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of guys come out the pits and squeeze in between us, and every time I try to get a run, I was mimicking what the guys in front of me were doing. They were going sideways, so I was going sideways. I was, giving it all I could.
Great stuff, mate. And a couple of really strong top tens. And you Vaughan, Martin, Lucas Saar, especially like this pro-am. You're pro-am, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So this pro-am class, you guys are all kind of at each other's throats. I can't wait for the GT3 season. I hope we can do a full run at it because it's going to be ultra competitive, mate. It's
Oh yeah,
huge.
that's for sure. I'm going to try and make every race, so we'll see how that goes.
Oh,
Good
nice. I was
stuff.
about to ask you how the schedule was looking, Jarks, because I mean it's always a better place, mate, when you're there. So looking forward to seeing what you've got. But hey, look, bit of a gentleman's agreement going going forward with the Monza round with the Ferraris. What's your take on that, mate? Have you looked into that too much?
Well, I was using it in practice at Spa, the Ferrari, and I was a good 6 seconds off the pace. So it's going to be great fun.
Yeah, right. Okay, I'm picking up what you're laying down there.
Okay.
But hey, cheers for having a chat with us, Jarks. It's always a pleasure to have you back, mate, and I hope you enjoy the stream.
Yeah, man. It's great fun. Thanks a lot.
Good on you,
Cheers,
mate.
mate. Thanks,
Cheers,
Jarks.
David.
You guys.
Awesome.
So, another Pro-Am challenger, J-Man, to add
Yeah.
into the mix. Pro-Am
They
ranks
just
are
keep
getting
lining
exciting.
up, mate.
They do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to sign out, boys. I'll let
Oh.
let the boss do the formalities and pay some bills. And thank you very much, Rusty, and thank you very much, Davo.
Thank you.
I've had an absolute blast. Cheers to the viewers and all the races. Appreciate you all. See you next week.
Thanks, J-Man. J-Man's already out the door. He's heading towards the buffet and the beer tent. And again, we will thank all of you that have joined us here for the Asrnz 2024 Race of Champions, proudly brought to you by Race Command and Matchfit Entertainment. You just witnessed some epic racing here at Red Bull Ring for round 5. Rusty, thank you so much. J-Man, it's been an awesome night, cracking racing. Join us all again next week at... where are we going?
Where are we going?
Where are we going? I don't know, but join us next week anyway.
It'll be great.
It'll be awesome.
Auf
Good-
Wiedersehen.
Good night for now.
Zandvoort, boys, Zandvoort.
Sandboard. See you, boys. Woohoo!